Jin returned, he cried multiple times, BTS is used against North Korea, and Jin talks about his retirement. Watch till the end to find out more. Jin from BTS recently re-entered civilian life after completing his military service and penned a heartfelt note to his fans to mark the occasion. He was officially discharged on the morning of June 12th from the 5th Division Recruit Training Center. This day was not only significant because of his return, but also because he was able to meet up with other members of BTS. In addition to his reunion, Jin connected with his fans through a live stream and expressed his gratitude on Weverse. He mentioned his appreciation for the people and journalists who attended his discharge ceremony and took beautiful photographs. He was especially thankful to the armies who showed their love and support at the label due to his return. Jin highlighted that he refrained from addressing the crowd directly to avoid any potential disorder, but wanted to convey his deep gratitude, acknowledging ARMY as the best. Jin recently addressed and expressed regret over the issues that arose with the 2024 FESTA Free Hug event. After completing his military duties and being discharged from the army, Jin returned to civilian life with considerable public attention. He was the first member of BTS to finish his service, serving as an active-duty Army instructor in the Key Recruit Training Battalion since December 13, 2022. Upon his discharge, his BTS bandmates, who took special leave for the occasion, welcomed him. Following this reunion, Jin headed to the HYBE headquarters and interacted with fans via a live broadcast on Weverse. The next day, he was scheduled to participate in the 2024 FESTA at Jamshil Sports Complex in Seoul, which included 2 fan events. The event Jin's Greetings was initially set up as a free hug event, which led to some controversy when it was revealed that album purchases were required for entry. In response, Big Hit, the managing company, apologized and modified the entry requirements, stating their regret over the initial conditions set for the event. Jin disclosed that the free hug event was his initiative, and he faced significant criticism for it. He explained that he had initially proposed the idea and was determined to carry it out despite initial resistance. Concerns were raised by the staff about the possibility of overcrowding and safety risks. Nonetheless, Jin pushed for the event, suggesting it be held indoors with a controlled number of attendees to mitigate potential hazards. Although he wanted 3,000 fans to participate, the final agreement was made for 1,000 attendees. Regarding the controversy over the album purchase requirement for entry, Jin acknowledged there were issues with how entry was structured and admitted he had been informed but did not pay sufficient attention to the details. He apologized for this oversight, highlighting that there was a reason for the initial decision, but conceded that it was not handled with the necessary care. A recent tweet by the U.S. Embassy in Seoul, congratulating Jin on his military discharge, has met with mixed reactions from fans. On June 12th, Jin completed his military service and was welcomed back by his fellow BTS members, with the exception of Suga, who joined them later. Together, they celebrated Jin's return and took the opportunity to post their first complete group photo since the previous December. The U.S. Embassy in Seoul then shared this image on their own social media, extending their congratulations to Jin. The tweet expressed excitement about Jin's future contributions both in South Korea and globally. While many fans appreciated the recognition and saw it as a testament to BTS's influence, others expressed discomfort. They felt that the message put undue pressure on Jin, suggesting that it was almost coercive in expecting him to continue making a positive impact immediately after his demanding military service. Critics argued that any contributions Jin chooses to make should be at his discretion, especially considering the challenges faced during his enlistment. Although the tweet was intended as a commendation, it sparked a debate about the expectations placed on public figures immediately after completing significant life events like military service. Jin, having diligently fulfilled his duties as a soldier, plans to continue his career in the entertainment industry, but some fans caution against imposing forceful expectations on his post-military contributions. In a peculiar exchange of actions across the Korean peninsula, South Korea recently responded to North Korea's unconventional method of sending trash-filled balloons over their shared border by launching their own form of countermeasure, a propaganda broadcast. On June 9th, South Korea reinstated the use of large loudspeakers at the border for the first time in 6 years, broadcasting messages that included popular songs by BTS, like Butter and Dynamite. This move was met with a stern warning from Kim Yo-jong, the sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. She indicated that Seoul's actions could lead to a crisis of confrontation, describing it as a potential precursor to a dangerous escalation. Analysts suggest that North Korea is particularly sensitive to these broadcasts, as they could demoralize their frontline troops and residents, potentially undermining Kim Jong-un's stringent control over the country's public discourse. The history of such broadcasts has shown they can lead to military responses. For example, in 2015, when South Korea last resumed its loudspeaker broadcasts after a significant hiatus, North Korea reacted by firing artillery rounds across the border. South Korea responded in kind, though fortunately, no casualties were reported. This recent reinstatement of broadcasts saw a brief incursion by North Korean soldiers who crossed the military demarcation line within the DMZ. They retreated after South Korean soldiers issued warnings and fired warning shots into the air. Public reaction to this development has been mixed. Some fans found humor in South Korea's use of BTS's music as a tool in its propaganda arsenal, viewing it as a nod to the global stature of the group. However, others expressed concern about the implications of using such cultural figures in these broadcasts, especially considering that most BTS members, including Jin, are currently serving in the military. The BTS FESTA 2024, marking the group's 11th debut anniversary, is gearing up to be a significant event taking place at the Jamsil Sports Complex field. The festivities will feature an exciting collaboration with Compose Coffee, a leading coffee chain in South Korea. On June 11th, Compose Coffee shared through their official social media that they would be providing surprise gift packages to fans from a booth located at Comprehensive Sports Field Lines 2 and 9. According to their Instagram, these packages are not for sale, limited to one per person, and available only while supplies last, with a warning that the event might end early if supplies run out. The coffee brand also plans to capture the event through a sketch video showing fans enjoying their coffee at the booth. They assure that while filming, they will respect attendees' privacy by not revealing faces in the video. This initiative follows the announcement in December 2023 that V had become the face and ambassador of Compose Coffee, further strengthening their partnership with the band. In the lead-up to the FESTA 2024, Compose Coffee has outlined a series of steps for fans to prepare for the event. These include embracing BTS's love, boosting energy and stamina for the day, planning outfits, and enjoying Compose Coffee. Additional suggested activities involve playing BTS songs while enjoying the coffee, reminiscing over favorite BTS moments, and replaying Compose Coffee's television commercials. On June 11th, Seoul's mayor Oh Se-hoon used his social media platform to extend congratulations to BTS's oldest member Jin on the completion of his military service. Naver reported that Jin, who has been serving as an instructor at the 5th Infantry Division's Recruit Training Center, is scheduled for discharge the following day. Mayor Oh shared a heartfelt message on Facebook, acknowledging Jin and the whole BTS group by stating that in times dominated by negative headlines, Jin represented good news. This sentiment was part of a post which also included a photo of Jin with his fellow recruits, highlighting his time as an instructor. The mayor expressed his joy over Jin's return, noting that BTS has greatly contributed to Seoul's image, especially through their role as honorary tourism ambassadors. He praised BTS for their commitment to their military duties, emphasizing that all 7 members served without seeking any special treatment, setting a positive example for others. Mayor Oh appreciated the global influence of BTS and acknowledged the void their absence had created. He looked forward to seeing the group reunited and was eager to witness their continued impact, not only in music but in delivering powerful messages through their work. To celebrate this occasion, he planned to listen to BTS's song Dynamite. Jin is set to jump back into his career in music right after his military duties, with his first post-discharge appearance scheduled at the 2024 FESTA event at the Jamsil Indoor Stadium in Seoul on June 13th. On Wednesday, June 12th, Jin was officially discharged from his mandatory military service. Upon his discharge, Jin didn't waste any time and headed straight to the Hybe Labels building, where he hosted a live stream on Weverse while still in his military drill instructor uniform. During the live stream, Jin shared reflections on his time in the military and described the emotions he experienced during his discharge ceremony. He mentioned that he initially encouraged his military colleagues to remain composed and not to cry during the farewells, but found himself overwhelmed with emotion and cried as well. Jin humorously noted that his appearance might have been better if he hadn't cried, as it caused him to look a bit swollen. The BTS members were all present to warmly welcome Jin as he exited his military service. They shared hugs in a touching reunion in front of the military unit before heading to the Hybe label's building together. It was here that Jin updated his fans about his return via the live stream. Jin recounted how he had become quite popular within his military unit, and upon his discharge, many people presented him with posters and flowers. These gestures touched him deeply, leading him to cry once again, especially when the Hybe staff also welcomed him with posters and a flower, making him emotional for the second time that day. Looking forward, Jin also talked about the upcoming 2024 BTS FESTA, scheduled for June 13th, which marks the group's 11th debut anniversary. He revealed plans for a special event at the celebration where he will give light hugs to 1,000 lucky ARMYs who were selected through a raffle on Weverse, allowing for a personal and joyous interaction with fans. Jin has had an illustrious journey marked by memorable collaborations, including a notable one with Coldplay. Jin's admiration for Coldplay, and specifically Chris Martin, is well known, as highlighted in a past interview where Jin shared his experiences and fond memories of their time together. Jin expressed profound joy and excitement about working with Coldplay, recounting the collaboration as an incredible and precious experience. He mentioned that the song Fix You by Coldplay has always been a favorite of his, and covering it recently brought him particular happiness. The collaboration process involved numerous online meetings, during which Coldplay was very open to BTS's ideas and encouraged them to contribute actively to the song's creation. Chris Martin even visited Korea to work on the track, constantly seeking input from BTS to ensure the song truly represented a blend of both groups' styles. One interesting anecdote Jin shared was about an experimental recording where Chris Martin sang in Korean and BTS sang in English. Unfortunately, due to pronunciation challenges, this version was not included in the final release, which Jin remarked was a bit disappointing, as it would have showcased a unique exchange of languages and cultures. A personal highlight for Jin during this collaboration was receiving a guitar from Chris Martin. The gift, given spontaneously when Jin admired it in the studio, was a touching gesture from Martin, acknowledging Jin's fandom. The guitar now occupies a special place in Jin's home, displayed prominently next to a large figure of RJ from BTS's merchandise line. Despite the challenges posed by the pandemic, which kept BTS off the stage for nearly 2 years, Jin keeps his connection to live performances alive by revisiting past concerts and performances. He frequently watches videos, such as their dynamic rendition of Mic Drop, to reminisce about the energy and excitement of performing live in front of fans. Through these experiences, Jin continues to embrace both his role as a global music icon and a devoted fan of his musical influences, demonstrating a deep passion for music that transcends boundaries and genres. Jin, the eldest member of BTS, shared some of his most cherished moments and insights into his musical journey in a recent discussion. One particular performance that stood out to him was when BTS performed Idol in France. During this show, an exciting new rhythm was added to the song's end section, which wasn't originally part of the track. Jin fondly recalled that instead of the usual focused attention on the group, the fans were engaged with each other, dancing and truly enjoying the moment. This display of joy among the audience was a deeply memorable and gratifying experience for him, showcasing the profound connection between the artists and their fans. When asked to compare himself to a musical genre, Jin likened his personality to disco, lighthearted and lively. As a vocalist, he identified more with genres that evoke strong emotions, suggesting a preference for depth over technical complexity in his singing. Discussing the distinction between his role in BTS and as a solo artist, Jin explained that group tracks are a collective effort that doesn't cater to individual preferences in key or style. However, his solo work allows for more personalization, including selecting keys that best suit his vocal range and crafting lyrics and melodies that resonate more directly with his personal artistic expression. Jin values this opportunity to tailor his music, providing a clearer window into his emotions through solo tracks. Jin approaches songwriting with caution, particularly when it involves themes he doesn't feel fully connected to, such as environmental issues. He expressed a sense of responsibility about the authenticity of the messages in his music, preferring to wait until a genuine and relatable idea strikes him. This method was evident when he described how he struggled with the lyrics of a song for months, only to find clarity and complete a verse in a matter of minutes once the right inspiration hit. Reflecting on his musical influences, Jin mentioned that the song Fire by BTS had a significant impact on him, especially the lyrics which encourage living freely according to one's own terms. This message resonated with him personally and artistically, reinforcing the idea that while some may disapprove of him, his true supporters will remain by his side regardless. Jin also shared his initial apprehension about diving into songwriting, a venture he embarked on with his first solo track, Awake. Watching other BTS members explore individual music projects inspired him to contribute his own voice to the mix, marking a pivotal moment in his growth as an artist. This shift allowed him to explore new aspects of his creativity and solidify his identity both within and outside of BTS. Jin, a key member of the global sensation BTS, discussed the pressures of constantly being at the forefront of the music industry, acknowledging that it indeed poses a significant burden. He shared that there's an ongoing dialogue among the members about the challenges of creating new content. They often find themselves questioning their experiences and wondering what unique insights they can bring to their music, given the repetitive nature of their schedules. In a recent appearance on an entertainment program, Jin's thoughts on the nature of rest resonated with many, turning his reflections into a widely discussed topic. When hypothetically asked how he would spend a month of rest, Jin revealed that the idea itself was pleasing, yet he doubted he would spend it idly. Reflecting on the pandemic-induced downtime, he noted that initially, the unexpected break was welcome, but the novelty wore off after 2 weeks, leading to feelings of restlessness and anxiety about excessive rest. Thus, if given a month off, Jin mentioned he would likely continue working on music intermittently, and perhaps take up farming or other engaging activities to keep busy. Jin also fantasized about a distant future retirement in a quiet country village where he could enjoy simple pleasures like hosting barbecues on the rooftop and setting up a tent in the garden for gatherings, illustrating his longing for a peaceful, rustic life away from the spotlight. As the new year approached, Jin contemplated the message he would like to convey in a greeting card. He expressed a desire to encourage young people, acknowledging their efforts and the burdens they carry regarding new beginnings. His heartfelt message would reassure them that it's okay to set aside their burdens temporarily and enjoy the journey they are embarking on, offering support and encouragement for their endeavors.